Board President Velarde, board members, and Ms. Saavedra, my name is Karen Galanter. Hello, and thank you for having us here. I've been a librarian at McGoffin Middle School as of 2014. Since becoming a librarian with EPISD, I've worked hard to earn the trust of the teachers at my school by collaborating with them on lessons, offering suggestions of books to help pique their students' interests, and helping to create digital learning materials for teachers during COVID and through online learning. It's recently been brought to our attention that the district is proposing to realign our job duties so that we fall in line with the Texas State Library Standard suggestions. This was published by the district in a 3-page document called the Library Matrix. The standards that the district is looking to realign to has 7 strands of leadership, all of which our district librarians strive to fulfill. These strands are digital learning, inquiry, reading, creating a safe space, information literacy, leadership, and library management. We took the proposed library matrix and compared it to the Texas Library strands, and while most of the proposed duties are things that we do, there were several that did not match up to any state standards. Instead, they are related to performing computer maintenance, hardware, and support. The district, in essence, is asking librarians to take on a full-time job of being an on-site computer technician on top of our already full-time librarian job. While I can understand how at first glance it might appear that technology support would fit neatly into a strand titled Digital Learning, this is, in actuality, not the case. The Digital Learning strand states that effective school libraries are a vital hub with equitable access to emerging technologies which provide curated and open access to a variety of print and digital resources. They support best instructional practices and curriculum standards through the integration of resources while assessing the impact on student learning. In other words, digital learning is focused on the application and creation of a project, not on the hardware. Based on the state's definition, any work regarding computer deployment, tech support, and inventory does not fit into our job duties and would be better suited for other district or campus personnel. Our focus as librarians has always been to guide patrons in reading and learning using both physical books and digital sites. Shifting our focus to hardware is something that we're not trained in and would, in essence, have a detrimental effect on our ability to curate resources and assist our patrons to our fullest ability. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Glanter. Our next speaker is Janet Anaya. Ms. Anaya. Ms. Anaya, you will have 3 minutes. You may proceed.
Thank you. Board Member Velarde, board members, and Ms. Saavedra. My name is Janet Anaya, and this is my 28th year with EPISD. Currently, I am the librarian at Franklin High School. Today, I would like to discuss the contributions our school libraries have on the social emotional well-being of our students. Obviously, we contribute by providing books to our students. Part of our job as librarians is to learn our population. We need to pay attention to the kinds of books our students are requesting, to the newest series that are popular, to any movies that may be based on books, and of course to the books that will help them be successful in their class and with their class projects. We have all this information in our mind when we start reading book reviews, attending webinars, or looking at those award lists to create our book orders that will include the best possible selections for our students. In turn, our students are able to come in and check out these books. They are able to escape their everyday lives while they are reading. Many can relate to the situations that the characters face, and they realize they are not the only ones with certain issues in their lives. Some books even provide students with additional resources in case they need more information or even need help. All that power in one book. Additionally, we as librarians and the library space we create is crucial to many students just making it through their day. We are a consistent figure to our students as they move from grade to grade in a school. They begin to trust and feel comfortable with us. Many students come in to ask for help, to gather their thoughts, to work on homework, to study for a test, or just sit and read. They know they can get one-on-one attention when they have a question about anything from looking for a book, printing a document, finding out more information about our campus, and the list can go on and on and on. Let me share a story with you from several years ago. Before I was at Franklin, I was at Lincoln Middle School for 14 years. So plenty of time for siblings to go up through the grades. And we had one student, and he had a really hard time transitioning to the 6th grade. Many times I would be driving to school, and he would be running away from the school. I would hear a commotion in the hall from him not wanting to be in class. So when his class visited the library, I made sure to tell him that I knew his older sister, who had told me about her younger brother. So from there on, many times he would come into the library fuming from the bad day he was having, and he would plop into a beanbag, and he would look at me and say, "Oh, so you know my sister?" And I would say, "Yes, I do." And we would have a conversation, and his breathing would slow down, his anger would leave him, and he would be ready to go back to class. That's the kind of safe place our libraries provide for so many of our students. So when you start putting other full-time job descriptions on top of our full-time job descriptions, or you start making
Your time is up, ma'am.
only part-time, our students will be the ones who suffer and to find the lights off and the doors locked.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Jennifer Brownell.
Board President Velarde, board members, and Ms. Saavedra. My name is Jennifer Brownell. I have been with the district for 20 years, 16 of those as the librarian at Zach White, and this year I was given a split assignment with Zach White and Carlos Rivera. 2 weeks into this school year, I was told that I would be splitting my time between 2 campuses because of enrollment being under 400 students. Why should campuses under 400 students be punished, especially when neighboring schools are so extremely full? The minute that decision was made, my school community became just a number. How is this fair or equitable? When I reached out to my school board member regarding the split assignment, I was told that they did not even know that librarians were being split. It was also stated that clarification was needed as to the current roles of librarians and how that role fits into a 2022 paradigm. This was disappointing to hear. We have highlighted our library programs and invited leadership and board members to come visit. We have a job description and state standards. We have asked repeatedly to be included in conversations regarding the library programs. We have been tasked with other duties that do not fall under our job description or the state standards, and now some of us are having to split our time between 2 campuses. At the March 21st school board meeting, concerns regarding the role of librarians and aligning our job descriptions with the state standards were discussed. According to the Texas Library State Standards, Strand 6, which focuses on leadership, states, school library program activities show evidence of best practices when modeled by a full-time certified school librarian in every school, supported by trained paraprofessionals. Every campus needs a full-time certified librarian. Campuses with high enrollment should be staffed accordingly as well. The role of librarians and literacy was also discussed at this meeting. Strand 1 and 3 of the state standards focus on information literacy and reading. Librarians are one of the most valuable key players in advocating for literacy. We are your literacy superheroes. We always have been. And yet, having us split campuses and tasked with other duties shows how undervalued we are. At the March DEIC meeting, budget was discussed. Under the realized savings, it was identified that out of the $9.3 million saved, only $573,000 came from the implementation of small campus staffing guidelines. 4 librarian salaries make up that number. Is that number worth it? Students and teachers have voiced concern over not having a full-time librarian. My students ask me on a regular basis why the library is closed. Some of my librarian appreciation cards from my students said, "We miss you and we are sorry we lost you." We do more than just check out books. We are an amazing group of educators who touch the lives of every student on our campus over many years. We provide safe and unique spaces for our students, faculty, and school communities to enjoy. We educate and provide. We teach and offer free choice. And yes, we do foster the love of
Thank you, Ms.
reading
Brunel. Your
in so
time
many
is up.
different ways. Every campus needs a full-time librarian, and we need to be allowed to be a librarian so that it really does start with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Brunel.